world without art. Our expressions would be limited to letters, numbers. Our cities would be dull. There would be no uniqueness to life. George Bernard Shaw once said, "Without art, the crudeness of reality would make the world unbearable." Art of the 20th century helped us portray those emotions, and it gave a hue of color to the gray world we lived in following the wars. Salvador Dali was one of the exceptional artists during the 20th century. His brilliant imagination created many masterpieces and contributed to such grand art trends like Surrealism. From having an identical mustache to painting melting clocks, Dali continues to be one of the most major influential artists of all time. Today, I'm going to speak about the Surrealist movement, how Salvador Dali's art was heavily influenced by World War II, and how Dali continues to inspire art today. Art in the 20th century was heavily influenced by artists like Pablo Picasso, Frida Kahlo, Max Ernst, John Miro, Salvador Dali, and the many other artists involved in the Surrealist movement. The Surrealists wanted to channel the unconscious mind as a way to unlock the power within their imaginations. Each artist relied on reoccurring thoughts found in their dreams. The most frequent imagery used in their art was elements of nature. Max Ernst was obsessed with birds. He even had a bird alter ego. Some of Salvador Dali's art included ants or eggs, as seen in works like Geopoliticus Child, Watching the Birth of the New Man. John Miro relied strongly on vague abstract imagery that would refer to living forms, also known as biomorphic. Pablo Picasso has a famous photo of himself where his hands are made out of bread. Weird. Frida Kahlo once said that they thought I was a surrealist, but I wasn't. I never painted dreams, I painted my own reality. And that's what the art of the 20th century was all about. It relied heavily on portraying emotions felt by the artist and how it connected with their viewers. Salvador Dali was known for his wild art and his public personality. With these two elements combined, it helped him rise above the rest of the Surrealists. Dali was an icon in the Surrealist movement, and he used his dreams to create masterpieces. A quote from Dali states, "Surrealism is destructive, but it only destroys what it considers to be shackles limiting our vision." Dali developed many of the distinctive images associated with Surrealism, including the defining icon of the movement, the melting clock. These masterpieces used imagery to depict the world through his eyes, especially events like World War II and the effects of Hitler on the world. Dali said once that his obsession with Hitler could be seen as a fantasy, saying that he often dreamed of Hitler as a woman. The Surrealists viewed Dali's obsession with Hitler as evidence of his political beliefs. This immoral obsession contributed heavily on his explosion from the Surrealist movement. However, Dali has long stated that he was apolitical. He viewed wars and dictators as inevitable parts of human nature. In 1939, the year World War II officially started, Dali created one of his most controversial pieces, The Enigma of Hitler, based on the dreams that he would have. One piece of symbolism used in this painting is the telephone. Its mouthpiece is mutated into a lobster-like claw, symbolizing the danger of the beginnings of war. And it hangs from a mangled olive branch, symbolizing the death of hope. Dali used symbolism and imagery in all of his artworks. It helped give an insight on what was going on in his wild mind. Dali spent much of his life promoting himself and the shocking world. He prided himself on being different, and he felt himself blessed with a delicate sensitivity. He ushered in a new generation of imaginative expression through his artwork. He took great risks to prove how rich the world can be when you dare to embrace creativity. He has inspired artists like Lady Gaga, fashion icon Elsa Schiaparelli, not to mention wristwatches, who are designed after Dali's The Persistence of Memory. The Dali Museum is a Surrealism-inspired building that opened on January 11, 2011, and was soon named one of the top 10 buildings that you have to see before you die by AOL Travel. It is a place for artists and art lovers alike to visit and be inspired. Dalí is remembered for his extravagant persona, iconic mustache, and creative output. Dalí's legacy is one for the ages. His talent helped paint a vivid depiction of life and the emotions felt during the 20th century. Today I spoke about the Surrealist movement, how Dalí's art was heavily influenced by World War II, and how he continues to inspire art today. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. We live in an imperfect world that has a great reference for those exact pictures. In the words of Dalí, have no fear of perfection. You'll never reach it. Thank you.